What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Countdown Scouting Network. I'm your host, Joey Garcia, and today we are getting into the NFC West undrafted free agents that I think could potentially make these rosters. So let's go ahead and get into this. Starting off with the San Francisco 49ers, we got Joey Fisher, the interior offensive lineman from Shepherd. He played right tackle at Shepherd. I think they should probably move him inside. His footwork's not as technically refined as you would want for a tackle at the NFL level. It's a little slow, it's a little sloppy. His hips are a little stiff, but I think moving him inside, he's got really good length and he's a really powerful guy. I think the power is going to translate automatically to the NFL level. And he's a guy who's got to be moldable. If he's moldable and he's raw and takes to their teachings, I think he's a guy that can stick, maybe practice squad for the first year, but I think he can be a guy that can pull up and be a swing guard for them at the next level. I think he moves well enough. I know they play a wide zone system. I think he moves well enough where he can move laterally and be able to participate in that offense. It is a weird offense for them, but I think he's got enough athleticism to do it inside at guard. Another guy I wanted to talk about was Kalen Laybourne, the running back from Marshall. He's a smaller guy. He's 5'8", 185, something like that, 5'8", 180. But he's fast. He's decisive on his cuts. He's got good vision, and he's a faster running back that's got good burst. So that's what you need in this wide zone system, is a guy who is patient, has good burst and good vision, and can really cut up field at the exact moment, in between the guard and tackle or outside, and just making sure they know their cutback lane, hit it hard and go. So he's a guy who I think has a chance. I know they've got a few running backs on this team. They've got Jordan Mason, who they liked last year. They have Elijah Mitchell. They have, of course, Christian McCaffrey. So they've got some guys, but he's a guy who don't be surprised if you see him starting one of these games in the middle of the season. Going to the Seattle Seahawks, this one was easy. They got Chris Stoll, the long snapper from Penn State. He's the only long snapper on their roster, so that made it easy for me. And then the next one, Los Angeles Rams. I actually got to watch some of Alex Ward play because I have season tickets to UCF. So he's a good long snapper. I don't see anything wrong with the rotations on his snaps or anything like that. He gets downfield and can make some tackles. So again, he's also the only long snapper on their roster. So I think he's got a good chance of making it as well. And let's get on to Arizona Cardinals. They got Blake Whiteheart, the tight end from Wake Forest. He's 6'3", 250 pounds, and I think he's going to be a big slot for them. He's a hard worker. He grinds on every single rep that he plays in, and he's an okay blocker. He's got a good base on him where he can help on double team blocks with defensive ends. He does really well on linebackers and phenomenal on defensive backs. So he's a good enough athlete as well where he has good hands and he's fast enough where him versus a linebacker, he might have the advantage right there. So I think this is a guy who's a big slot who can also come in as your number 2 tight end and kind of put in some effort blocking. So two other guys I wanted to bring up, Jacob Slade, their interior defensive lineman from Michigan State. He is a solid defensive lineman. They gave him a good amount of money too, and I know that they have some holes on the defensive line, so that's someone to look out for. Amari DeMarcado, the running back from TCU, filled in phenomenally for Kendre Miller last year whenever Kendre had a little bit of an injury, and they don't really have very many running backs that are valuable assets, I would say, other than they've got James Conner, and then they have Keontae Ingram, the running back out of USC that they got in the 6th round last year, and really that's all they have that he'll be fighting against. So I think there's a really good chance he ends up making this roster. I liked his tape, and I think it's a really good landing spot for him as well. So that is all we have today. Go ahead and leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. Go ahead and put down in the comment section if there's any undrafted free agent that I'm forgetting that you think can make the roster. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for our last episode of the Undrafted Free Agent series before we get into the 2024 NFL Draft class. So have a good day, guys. Peace.